The notification chimed just as I was settling down with my morning coffee. Another WhatsApp message in the family group chat, this time announcing my parents' 30th wedding anniversary celebration. I stared at the screen, watching the blue ticks appear as other family members read and responded with enthusiastic emojis. No one had mentioned that today was my 32nd birthday. Again. Planning meeting tonight at 7 p.m. sharp. Dakota, we'll need your writing expertise for the speech. My mother Victoria's message appeared, followed by a string of responses from my siblings. Wesley, count me and Allison, joining from London. Cassandra, perfect timing. Just finished an exhibition setup. I set my phone face down on my desk, turning to stare at my laptop where my half-finished manuscript sat waiting. At 32, I'd published 2 moderately successful nonfiction books, yet somehow my greatest literary achievement in my family's eyes was crafting speeches for their celebrations. Mom? Harper's voice cut through my thoughts as my daughter burst through the apartment door, her college backpack slung over one shoulder. Oh my God, Mom, I'm so sorry. I just remembered what day it is. She dropped her bag, dark hair flying as she rushed to hug me. I was so caught up with midterms, I completely. It's okay, sweetheart, I said, though we both knew it wasn't. You're here now. She pulled back, her eyes catching the WhatsApp notification still glowing on my phone. Is that about Grandma and Grandpa's anniversary? Yes, I forced a smile. The big 3-0. Are they serious? Sending party planning messages on your birthday? Harper grabbed my phone, her face darkening as she scrolled through the chat. They want you to write their anniversary speech again? After they've forgotten your birthday for what, the 5th year in a row? 3rd, but who's counting? I tried to laugh it off, but my voice cracked. My phone buzzed again, this time with a private message from my mother, Victoria calling. The screen displayed her carefully curated profile picture, perfect hair, perfect smile, perfect everything. Grandma Victoria trying to coordinate the anniversary already? Harper asked, her tone bitter. I nodded, letting it ring. The message notification popped up immediately after, Dakota, dear, don't be difficult. The planning meeting is essential. Everyone's made time for it. You know what? Harper grabbed my hand. Let's go get breakfast right now. Let them wait. Before I could respond, my phone lit up with a message from my brother Wesley, Mom's trying to reach you. Important anniversary planning meeting tonight. Don't make things complicated. I showed Harper the message, and she rolled her eyes. Don't make things complicated? That's rich coming from the brother who forgot to invite you to his gallery opening last month. He didn't forget, I corrected. He assumed I wouldn't want to come because I was busy with my little writing projects. 3 more notifications popped up in quick succession, messages from my father Edmund, my sister Allison, and my sister-in-law Cassandra. The family digital cavalry was out in full force. My phone vibrated with another message, this time from Cassandra, your mother's getting anxious about the meeting. Please respond. You know how she gets about these events. I do know how she gets, I whispered, more to myself than Harper. She gets exactly what she wants, while I get. I gestured to my quiet apartment, the forgotten birthday, and the stream of demanding messages lighting up my phone. Harper squeezed my hand. Mom, you don't have to keep doing this. Something shifted inside me then, like a notification sound that couldn't be ignored. I looked at my daughter, really looked at her, and saw the fierce protectiveness in her eyes, the understanding that ran deeper than blood. You're right, I said slowly, a plan forming in my mind as I glanced at my laptop. Maybe I don't. What are you thinking? I picked up my phone, scrolling through the perfectly punctuated demands from my mother. I'm thinking it's time to write a different kind of story. My phone lit up again with another message from Wesley. Meeting starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Video call link attached. Don't make mom wait. I turned to Harper, feeling lighter than I had in years. How about that breakfast? She grinned. Really? And afterward, I glanced at my laptop where my nearly finished manuscript sat waiting, its working title glowing on the screen. Seen and unread, A Daughter's Guide to Digital Invisibility. I think I finally know how to end my book. As we grabbed our coats, my phone chimed with a final message. Victoria's name appeared with a voice note attached. I pressed play, and her carefully modulated voice filled the room. Dakota, darling, we simply must discuss the anniversary arrangements. Do respond immediately. You know how important this is to the family. We need your way with words to make everything perfect. Harper and I shared a look as we headed out the door. For once, I didn't feel guilty letting the messages go unread. After all, they'd had no trouble ignoring my birthday notifications for years. Maybe it was time they learned how it felt to be left unread. I walked into my home office after breakfast with Harper to find an email from my mother, her signature passive-aggressive touch. Attached was a digital photo album titled Family Milestones. I clicked through the images, and there they were, decades of perfectly orchestrated celebrations. My fingers hovered over the screen, tracing my mother's designer dresses, my father's tailored suits, both of them beaming at the camera while holding crystal champagne flutes. My phone buzzed with an incoming video call. Ready to join the modern age, I see. Victoria's face appeared on my screen, perfectly lit despite the early hour. Why weren't you responding to the group chat? I was celebrating my birthday, Mother. I kept my tone neutral, continuing to click through the album. A pause. The video froze for a moment. Oh. Was that today? Yes, just like it has been for the past 32 years. Another pause. She adjusted her camera angle. Well, darling, you know how busy things get this time of year. Now about the anniversary. I noticed you shared the digital album, I interrupted, stopping at a particular photo from their 25th celebration. Interesting choice of pictures, isn't it? Wonderful. I thought it might inspire your speech. You always do such a lovely job capturing our family's legacy on social media. I stared at the group photo. Wesley stood proudly beside our parents. Allison elegantly posed on their other side. I was technically in the shot, barely visible in the background, my face half hidden behind my laptop as I worked on their previous anniversary speech. Our legacy? I repeated softly. Yes, these photos certainly capture that. A notification sound saved me from more anniversary talk. Someone's at the door, Mother. I have to, but we haven't discussed I ended the call and opened my door to find Cassandra standing there, clutching her tablet, looking uncomfortable. Your mother sent me, she said, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. She's worried you're going to make things difficult. She's already drafting a post about the anniversary preparations. Define difficult, I said, leading her to my office. Cassandra spotted my laptop screen with my manuscript draft. Ah, your new book. Look, Dakota, I know things aren't always perfect, but this anniversary means everything to your parents. The whole community will be watching. I opened the digital album to their 27th celebration. Do you remember this one, Cassandra? When I had bronchitis, but Mother insisted I give the speech anyway because the Instagram Live was already scheduled? She shifted uncomfortably. You handled it beautifully. It got so many likes. I passed out right after. Wesley had to drive me to the emergency room while Mother continued posting highlights to her stories. I pulled up the social media posts from that night. The speech was still trending locally the next day. My phone buzzed with a message from Allison. "Mother's having a meltdown in our private chat. What are you playing at?" "You know what's funny?" I said to Cassandra, ignoring the message. "In all these perfectly filtered photos, in all these carefully curated celebrations, there isn't a single birthday post for me. Not one in 32 years. Dakota. Did you know Harper found my mother's digital calendar last year? Every family birthday is marked with a reminder except mine." I closed my laptop firmly. Even my daughter's birthday has a countdown widget, but not mine. Cassandra reached for my hand, but I pulled away. "Your mother means well, she's just extremely online." "Yes, she is. And I'm just her daughter." I walked to my desk and opened my laptop again. "Would you like to see what I've been working on? Your new book?" Cassandra perked up. "Victoria mentioned you were writing another nonfiction piece." I turned the screen toward her. Her eyes widened as she read the title, Seen and Unread, A Daughter's Guide to Digital Invisibility. "Dakota, you can't." "Can't what?" "Tell the truth?" Her face paled. "This will destroy them online. Their whole image." "The anniversary event will go on as planned," I assured her. "I just won't be writing the usual speech this year." "What are you going to post instead?" I smiled, closing my laptop. "Nothing. I won't be there." "You have to be there. It's trending already." Cassandra stood up, flustered. "What will people think?" "Your mother's already got influencers confirmed. They probably won't notice. After all, I'm usually just tagged in the background anyway." Cassandra grabbed her tablet, heading for the door. "I have to tell your mother. This will ruin her engagement rates." "Go ahead," I said quietly. "She probably won't remember this conversation anyway, just like she doesn't remember my birthday posts." After she left, I returned to the digital album. Behind the last photo, I found a message from my mother. "Darling, use these memories to craft something special for the live stream. Make us proud." My phone buzzed with a text from Harper. "Just ran into Aunt Cassandra in the lobby. She looked upset." "You okay, Mom?" I typed back, "Never better. Want to help me write a different kind of anniversary story?" Her response was immediate. On my way with coffee and zero filters, I closed the album and archived it in my cloud storage. For years, I'd crafted beautiful captions about my family's perfect love story. This year, I would tell a different story, the true story. Let them see how it feels to be the ones left untagged. The prodigal sister returns. Allison's voice rang through my apartment's video intercom. I hadn't seen her in person for 3 years, but her timing was impeccable, just as I was finishing the final chapter of my manuscript. "Don't you have diplomatic meetings to attend?" I called through the speaker. "Darling, we need to talk about this little tantrum you're throwing." She appeared at my door moments later, looking exactly as she had in her latest LinkedIn update, perfectly coiffed, expertly styled, and thoroughly judgmental. "Tantrum?" I kept typing. "Cassandra told me about your plans to skip the anniversary. And apparently you're writing some sort of exposé?" She perched herself on the edge of my desk, checking her reflection in her phone camera. "It's called a memoir, Allison. You know, like my other 2 books about family dynamics? The ones you never shared on your socials?" She picked up a framed photo of Harper from my desk. "Not about our family." I stopped typing. "Put that down." She set the photo back with exaggerated care. Mother's beside herself. She's had to reschedule the entire social media campaign. How tragic. Don't be petty, Dakota. It doesn't suit your personal brand. Allison leaned forward, lowering her voice. What do you want? More visibility? A featured spot in the anniversary highlight reel? We can arrange something. My laptop pinged with an incoming email. I opened it, reading aloud. Dear Ms. Rivers, we are thrilled to express our interest in your memoir, Seen and Unread. Your powerful exploration of digital age family dynamics and emotional neglect in the era of constant connection resonates deeply. Allison's face tightened. You've already submitted it? 2 weeks ago. Publication date is set for next month, right before the anniversary. Is it? I must have missed that notification. Allison stood up, her composure cracking. You know what your problem is? You're too sensitive. Always have been. Remember when you cried because I got 10,000 followers on my travel blog and you got a generic keep writing comment from Mother? The comment was 3 months late, and it was copied from a motivational meme. See? Sensitive. She waved her hand dismissively. Some people just aren't meant to be social media influencers, Dakota. You should accept that. The apartment door opened again, and Harper's voice called out, Mom? I brought your favorite cold brew. Allison's eyes narrowed. Ah, your co-conspirator arrives. Harper appeared in the doorway carrying 2 coffee cups. She froze when she saw Allison. Aunt Allison? Aren't you supposed to be in Geneva? Hello, dear. We were just discussing your mother's latest literary venture. Harper set the cups down, her voice cool. You mean her best work yet, the one that's already getting buzz from publishers? The one that will humiliate our entire family's online presence, Allison countered. The truth can only humiliate people who deserve it, Harper shot back. Careful, dear. Loyalty is admirable, but you wouldn't want to alienate your entire follower base, Allison said, her voice honey-sweet. I stood up. Don't threaten my daughter. Threaten? I'm trying to help. Allison pulled out her phone. I'm messaging Mother. This has gone far enough. Do you know how many brand deals could be affected? Go ahead, I said. Tell her I'm being difficult again. Tell her I'm too sensitive. Tell her whatever you want. It's all going in the book anyway. Allison's fingers stopped moving over her phone screen. What exactly is in this book? Everything. I opened my laptop again. The forgotten birthdays, the dismissed achievements, the time you all went to Bali for Christmas and forgot to tag me in the family photos, the Instagram posts I'm mysteriously absent from the gaslighting, the constant reminders that I should be grateful just to be included in the family group chat. Those are private family matters. Not anymore. I turned the screen toward her. Want to hear Chapter 7? It's about the time Mother told my publisher that my first book was just a hobby during her live-streamed 27th anniversary party. Allison's phone buzzed with notifications, probably Victoria demanding updates. She ignored it, her face pale. You can't do this. Actually, Harper chimed in, holding up her phone. She can, and she should. I've got screenshots of everything. You're making a mistake, Allison warned, heading for the door, a massive, engagement-destroying mistake. After she left, Harper turned to me. You okay? I nodded, returning to my manuscript. Just finishing the epilogue. What are you writing? I read aloud as I typed. Sometimes the greatest act of self-love is simply making yourself visible. Sometimes the hardest truth to tell is your own. And sometimes the only way to be seen is to stop performing for others' cameras. Harper squeezed my shoulder. Perfect. My phone lit up with messages. Mother, this is unacceptable. Wesley, your behavior is affecting our family metrics, father. Don't upset your mother's social calendar, Cassandra. Whatever you're planning, think of the optics. I turned off notifications and looked at Harper. Ready to help me write that dedication page? She grinned. To the family that taught me the importance of being seen, by showing me what it feels like to be filtered out. Perfect, I said, and started typing. The pre-anniversary dinner was Mother's idea, a small family gathering to sort things out offline. I knew better, but here I sat at their formal dining table anyway, pushing food around my plate while everyone pretended everything was normal, phones carefully placed face down beside their plates. More wine, Dakota? Mother held the bottle poised, her smile camera ready. You've barely touched your glass. I'm fine. You look tired, dear. Are those blue light glasses helping? She poured anyway, filling my glass to the brim. Writing can be so draining, can't it? Wesley cleared his throat. Speaking of writing, how's the new book coming along? The table went silent. Even the clinking of silverware stopped. It's finished, actually, I said, meeting his gaze. Final edits were approved yesterday. Wonderful. Mother brightened. Will we get advance copies for the anniversary party? We could do a lovely unboxing video. I don't think that's appropriate, Mother. Allison cut in, shooting me a warning look. Why not? Father spoke for the first time, looking up from his phone. Dakota's books are always a point of pride for our social presence. I couldn't help myself. Are they? When was the last time any of you actually read one? More silence. Cassandra jumped in, ever the peacekeeper. I loved your last book, Dakota, the one about the immigrant family in Detroit. The aesthetics of the cover were perfect for my gallery's feed. Thank you, Cassandra. Did you enjoy the part about the mother who actually remembered her daughter's birthday posts? Mother's wine glass froze halfway to her lips. Really, Dakota? Must I what? Write about functional families? Sorry if that affects your brand. That's enough. Wesley snapped. We're here to discuss the anniversary celebration, not your literary career. My literary career pays for half these Instagram perfect celebrations, I reminded him, or did you forget that too? Here we go, Allison sighed, checking her phone. The martyr act again. It's not getting any likes, Dakota. Harper, who'd been quiet until now, slammed her hand on the table. Stop it, all of you. You sit here staging the perfect family dinner while treating my mother like she's nothing but a content creator for your perfect family facade. Harper. Cassandra reached for her hand. No, Aunt Cassandra. Harper stood up. I've watched this my entire life. You all take and take from her, expect her to show up, give speeches, write captions, play her part. But when was the last time any of you actually showed up for her? We're her family, Mother said firmly, already angling herself for the best lighting. Everything we post is for family. I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound that surprised even me. Family? Last week was my birthday. Again. Where were all your celebratory posts? Oh, darling, you know how busy things get during anniversary planning season. Mother waved her hand dismissively. I was doing an Instagram takeover in London, Allison added. Wesley mumbled something about engagement metrics. Father just looked at his phone. Was it really last week? See? I pushed my plate away. This is why I'm not giving a speech this year. Mother's face darkened. You most certainly are. It's tradition. Think of our followers. Like forgetting my birthday is tradition? For God's sake, Mother, you post about National Coffee Day but can't remember your own daughter's birthday? Wesley exploded. It's just a birthday. Stop being so dramatic. Dramatic? I stood up slowly. You want to see dramatic? Check your emails. I sent you all advance copies of my memoir an hour ago. The sound of phones being pulled from pockets filled the room. I watched their faces as they read the synopsis, the color draining from their cheeks. Mother's hand shook as she read aloud. Seen and unread explores the subtle cruelty of digital age emotional neglect through one daughter's journey of surviving a family that perfected the art of selective visibility. You can't publish this, Wesley whispered, staring at his screen. Already done. Release date is set for your anniversary, actually. I smiled. Funny how I remembered that date perfectly. This will destroy our social media presence, Allison hissed. Our entire digital footprint. Your digital footprint? Harper interrupted. What about her heart? What about 32 years of making her feel invisible? Mother stood up, her chair scraping against the floor. I will not be painted as some sort of monster in your little book. Do you know how many followers I could lose? You painted that picture yourself, I replied quietly. I'm just sharing the unfiltered version. Edmund? Mother turned to father. Say something. Father looked at me for a long moment, then back at his phone. Should we post about this now or wait for the PR team's input? Unbelievable, I whispered, grabbing my purse. Come on, Harper. We're leaving. Dakota. Cassandra called after me. Please, we can fix this. We'll rebrand the whole thing. I turned at the door. That's the thing, Cassandra, it was never broken. This is exactly how everyone wanted it, everyone except me. As Harper and I walked to the car, I could hear Mother's voice floating through the dining room window. Well, I suppose we'll need to rework the social media strategy now, and someone will have to write the anniversary captions. Some things never change, but this time I wouldn't be there to document it, and for once, that was entirely my choice. My publisher called early. I put her on speaker so Harper could listen as she made coffee in my kitchen. Dakota, the early buzz is incredible. Sarah gushed. People are calling it raw, unflinching, a masterpiece of digital age family dysfunction. We're pushing up the release date to maximize impact. 2 days before the anniversary instead of on it? Harper asked, sliding a coffee toward me. Exactly. Sarah confirmed. The timing is perfect. We've already got 3 major podcasts interested in interviews about digital family dynamics. My phone lit up with another notification, Allison again. I swiped it away. How are you holding up? Sarah asked. Family fallout can be rough, especially online. I started, but was interrupted by pounding on my front door. Dakota, open this door right now. Mother's voice carried through the apartment. Have you seen what's trending? I'll call you back, Sarah. I hung up as Harper went to answer the door. Victoria burst in, clutching her tablet. Have you seen these preview reviews? Have you seen what people are saying? Good morning to you too, Mother. Don't you dare take that tone with me. She thrust the tablet in my face. Look at this, a searing indictment of social media family dynamics, a mother's digital emotional distance laid bare. Do you have any idea what this will do to our online presence? Make you finally see me? See you? She laughed bitterly. All we've ever done is try to help you succeed. Who paid for your website? Who connected you with social media managers? Who forgot I existed unless they needed content? I cut in. Who made me feel like I was never enough for the perfect family feed? You're being ridiculous. She turned to Harper. Talk sense into your mother. Harper crossed her arms. I helped her write the book. Mother sank onto my couch, pressing her fingers to her temples. This isn't happening. The anniversary is in 2 weeks. Everyone will be there, the mayor, tech influencers, all our connections. Perfect audience for a book launch, Harper muttered. My phone buzzed again, Wesley this time. Mother grabbed it before I could, putting it on speaker. Dakota, the morning shows want interviews with all of us, he said without preamble. They're calling it a digital family reckoning story. Absolutely not. Mother snapped. Mother? Wesley sounded surprised. Are you at Dakota's? Trying to prevent our family's complete social destruction? Yes. I took my phone back. No interviews, Wesley. The book speaks for itself. Then speak to me now. Mother demanded. Tell me what you want. More Instagram features? A bigger role in the anniversary livestream? Your own highlight reel? I want you to understand what you did, I continued, what you all did. What we did. She stood up, smoothing her skirt. We gave you everything. You have a verified account because of us. Except love, Harper said quietly. Except real connection. Mother's phone chimed. She glanced at it, her face paling. Your father just got a message from our biggest sponsor. They want to postpone our anniversary campaign until this family matter is resolved. Postpone? I couldn't help smiling. But it's tradition, Mother. You can't break the content calendar. You're enjoying this, she accused. You want to hurt us. No, Mother, I want you to feel what I felt. Every forgotten birthday, every dismissed achievement, every time you made me write captions celebrating your love while ignoring mine. I want you to understand. By humiliating us publicly? By exposing our private messages? Mother's phone chimed again. Allison's flight is delayed. She says the international press wants to run excerpts from your book, Global Coverage. Harper whistled. Trending worldwide, Mom. Mother sank back onto the couch. What do you want me to say? That we were terrible parents? That we failed you? That we cared too much about our online presence? I want you to say you see me. Really see me. Not just as a prop in your perfect family photos. I see you now, she whispered. I see what you're capable of. That's not what I meant. She stood up again, gathering her purse. Well, you've certainly made your point. I hope this book brings you whatever closure you're looking for, but don't expect to be welcomed back to the family group chat after this. Back where, Mother? I was never really included in the first place. At the door, she paused. You know, I always thought your sensitivity was your greatest weakness. Now I see it's your most powerful weapon against us. After she left, Harper hugged me. You okay? My phone buzzed with a text from Sarah. Good morning, America wants you tomorrow. Ready to tell your story to the world? I looked at Harper, then at the text. You know what? I think I finally am. Good, Harper smiled, because Grandma's right about one thing. Your sensitivity isn't a weakness. It's your superpower. And now everyone's going to see it. I picked up my phone to reply to Sarah, feeling lighter than I had in years. It was time for the invisible daughter to finally be seen, and this time, everyone would be watching, not through filters or carefully curated posts, but through the raw, unedited truth of my words.